The reception, as every Juventus name is read out by the public address announcer, gives some indication of the task facing Manchester United this evening. And it's the Juventus side, which includes the man who last weekend left his team 4 points clear at the top of the Italian league. He's Beniamino Vignola, who scored twice against Udinese after coming on as a substitute. There were some doubts about Paolo Rossi, but he's been past fit. Manchester United already without Brian Robson and Arnold Muren. There are two changes from the first leg. Ray Wilkins back after suspension, and Mark Hughes keeping Norman Whiteside on the bench. Firecrackers going off all around the stadium. And there is a deal of smoke among the crowd, and indeed making the pitch look as though the match is about to be played in dense fog. With red smoke billowing around the Manchester United goal, the match gets underway, and it will be up to United to dampen the ardour of this crowd at the earliest possible opportunity. Duxbury loses to Cabrini. Scirea. Wilkins, much involved in everything right from the start. Arthur Alberston. McGrath to Gentile, and a bit too much use of the arm by Paul McGrath. Vignola. Well, he became very much the hero of the crowd at the weekend. When he came on as substitute, Juventus were 2-1 down to Udinese. He scored twice in the second half. Platini always increases the pulse rate. Oh, and he's set up. Boniek. Well played by Moran. But it was a fine ball by Platini. So there can be no question on the opening that Juventus are planning to hold United. Because a 0-0 draw would be enough for Juventus as they scored an away goal at Old Trafford in the first leg. So far we're having an attacking contest. And let us hope it stays that way. Hughes. And McGrath unable to apply the finishing touch. And that very nearly got away from Tacconi. Seemed to see it a little bit late. It was well struck by Hughes. Two frontmen for United, pulling wide and encouraging the midfield to use the gap in the middle. Boniek was all over the place. Tardelli. Vignola. Well, that's a nice little chip. And Rossi, good save by Gary Bailey. Did really well because that was no more than 5 yards away and was well struck. It's a lovely chip in the first place and a good thump and a fine save. Here's the man who created that chance, Vignola. Threatened the shot and his action seemed entirely that of a shot. In fact, he chipped through for Platini. This is a very different Juventus from the one we saw in the European Cup final last year against Hamburg, and here's Boniek, has got away, and it's in. And the crowd are on their feet. Long ball down the middle. Battle all he could. did Hogg. But Boniek did it one way as Bailey came the other. Just 14 minutes on the clock. And Juventus lead in the second leg by 1-0 and on aggregate by 2-1. Free kick for a push by Stapleton. Vignola. 24, Vignola, so it's not as though he's really a youngster coming into the side. In fact, he's older than the man we just saw there, Bonini, by a year. Halberstam. Wilkins. He was a little unlucky, I think, because the ball seemed to be won. Platini takes it very quickly. Whether the ball was moving, I'm not sure. But the referee allows play to continue, and here's Boniek. Duxbury watching. And still. And the header from Rossi, he claims, was turned away by the hand of Hogg. But Duxbury seemed to have Boniek there, and then lost him. There he lost him. No, I don't think there was a hand. Go forward, says Wilkins. Up comes Duxbury. 5 moving into the box. One of them is Wilkins. And noses in with a strong challenge, which Platini didn't like, and neither did the referee. Three forward for Juventus. Rossi on the left, Platini in the middle here, and Boniek on the right side. But it's United with Graham. Halberstam. Hughes getting his body in front of Gentile, which is good football and quite brave. Graham. Halberstam up in the area, taken by Tardelli. Rossi, Vignola, didn't need to cut inside. The early ball would have found Platini, who is now here. In spite of the fact that he was covered by 2 players, the ball was given to him and he made use of it. Boniek. Bonini. Brio forward. Graham. McGrath. Worked again by Hughes. Duxbury. Stapleton waiting left of the penalty spot. McGrath in the box as well. Here is Stapleton. Did well to hold it up. Hughes. This time header by Hogg was useful. Wilkins and the crowd apprehensive. Halberstam. Hughes driving at it. The United team will not be too dispirited in the dressing room at half-time, I feel. Just 1 minute away, the half-time interval. And the half has got better for them after a blistering start from Juventus. Free kick against Graham. A few words between Cabrini and Graham. Referee steps between, and Gentile will take the free kick. Suggestion is it's some sort of up and under. Don't play too many of those. Wilkins. Plenty of time to turn and carry forward. Hogg. Whistles from the crowd as the clock in the stadium showing that we've gone over 45 minutes. There have been a couple of stoppages for the referee to make note of. Moses. Handball, I think. Free kick's been given anyway. Tardelli. And United, who were down on their knees in the 14th minute when a magnificent start by Juventus produced a goal made by Platini, scored by Boniek, are now back on their feet with increasingly more to say for themselves as the half develops, and feeling, I'm sure, as they go to the dressing room, that they're by no means out of it yet. United now attacking the goal to our right against a side that's been beaten only once on this ground this season and held only once. Juventus looking for their 6th European final. Manchester United looking for their 2nd. Hogg. Moses. Serious challenge by Vignola, which the referee thought was a foul. Certainly the 2 feet were off the ground. Alveston. Graham on the touchline. Stapleton inside. Wilkins. Another encampment in the Juventus half. Tardelli from Platini. Rossi going to the right. Boniek is in the middle. Here's Wilkins for United. Haven't found the sort of variation of attack that Juventus are clearly capable of finding. Cabrini to Boniek. To Platini. Vignola left. Other way is Rossi, but not even he was sufficiently fleet of foot to have caught that. Graham. Rossi. Graham. Only 2 forward with Graham. And he gets his free kick. Well, he certainly played for that. And Alexis Ponet, in spite of the protests from the Juventus players, which I think are understandable, if not well advised or particularly good from a sporting point of view, are to no avail. Moran forward. Alveston takes. Wilkins. Just Just a knock away from Bonini. Free kick against McGrath for turning his man. United want to make a substitution. Frank Stapleton, the player to come off. And he's replaced by Norman Whiteside. 18 minutes of the second half gone. Juventus lead by the only goal in the second leg. It's good enough to give them a 2-1 aggregate lead. And United have made the first of two allowed substitutions. Wilkins was lucky to get away with that. Moses. Hogg. Graham. And Whiteside, but he pushed his man. And in fact, it wasn't Whiteside, it was Hughes, the number 10, Mark Hughes. Whiteside, the substitute, wearing 12. Wilkins. Good recovery by Cabrini. Whiteside putting himself about, but to no great purpose at the moment. Vignola. And here's Bonini. Hogg needs this one. Platini. Rossi is forward. Up comes Bonini. Good challenge. And Hogg rescued the position that he had himself created by not winning the ball in the air. Sergio Brio has come forward for the corner. Volume increases and then suddenly dies. Whiteside who got it away. And here's Rossi! What a good save! Brilliant save by Bailey. And they just didn't pick him up, the little fellow, as he came through. Platini again, almost nonchalant without looking, and the header was well directed, and the save was a fine one indeed. Moran, Whiteside. Improvisation by Duxbury, which was effective. Hughes has to do the same. Oof. Alveston. Graham. Whiteside in the middle. So is McGrath. Took a long time to turn. Whiteside! 20 minutes left, and Whiteside has made it 1-1. McGrath taking his time to turn. Got a little bit of luck with the ricochet, and Whiteside hit in a tremendous left foot shot. Wilkins. Duxbury. Cabrini to him. Whiteside. Brio to him. Whiteside once more. Woof. Play on, says the referee. And the free kick given against Platini. Argument with Moses, who adjusts his shirt. Wilkins takes it. Here's Whiteside trying to turn. Duxbury. And the goalkeeper having to turn over from Hughes and McGrath together. A lot of good work again then by Whiteside. And the defenders were backing away to try and meet the challenge coming in behind them. 3.5 minutes of the normal 90 minutes remaining. Hughes, Moses had to adjust his stride a bit. Graham. Moses. Well met by Gentile. McGrath. Out by Shirea. Forward for Boniek by Platini. Another good save. He timed it superbly, and Platini in the centre circle puts his head in his hands. Couldn't have made that more perfect for Boniek, but Bailey was so quick, and Boniek stays down in the area, as does another United player. Halberstam. Offside against Hughes. And it's Kevin Moran who needs the attention. Player who's been more in the walls than most. Moran makes a quick recovery. 2 minutes left. Substitutes from either side warming up, preparing for extra time. Hughes took a little grab at Gentile. Scirea with the kick. Gets it back rather quicker than he wanted from Bonini. Gentile, go forward, he says. And back where they started. Vignola. Scirea. Vignola. He's come back again though. Boniek playing possession football, which isn't too much use at this stage of the game. Brio. Crowd looking at the clock. Sees it tick to a minute remaining. Rossi. Vignola. Free kick. Nothing needlessly given away by Duxbury. Boniek on the far side. So is Platini, so is Prandelli, so is Brio. And Scirea thinks about it as well. Just Gentile and Hughes left forward. Scirea, and still Scirea. Got a deflection, and here's Rossi! Oh, how cruel! Just seconds remaining, 45 on the clock. Scirea worked well here, but the ball was deflected clear to Rossi. Bailey did all that he could, but Rossi, the hero of the World Cup success, has surely taken Juventus through to the Cup Winners' Cup final. United have a corner. And the referee waving people away from behind the goal. Trapattoni whistling in his own style. Hogg is forward. Whiteside, surely that wasn't 10 yards away. The referee's going to have it taken again. He may well have given it for handball, but it doesn't really matter what he's given it for. United deserving of another chance. No, he's going to have the corner taken again. Still questionable whether Vignola is 10 yards. And the whistle goes for some pushing as fireworks explode in the area. The lights flash green and the contest in favour of Juventus. The crowd can't wait for the final whistle. And United, who pulled themselves back into the game that seemed to be running away from them, in the end are beaten in the dying seconds. From a goal by Rossi, the ball deflected to him and putting him clear, and Bailey, who had been a hero for United, that time could not save them.